Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new day. So, I'm Jasmine, and today I'd love for us to talk a little bit and breathe into surrender. And so, I've personally been spending a lot of time thinking about surrender in this situation that we all have going on, this new normal. And so, surrender to me is really embodying this knowledge that there is something larger than us and that there are forces at work that we can't see and presumably will never see, but that are still at all times at work in our best interest, and these forces see the larger picture in ways that we can't. And so I know for lots of us, we have to lean into new realities and the unexpected and things that may be less than desirable. And so we're just going to breathe this morning into surrender and into just knowing that the things that we see, the things that we experience, the things that we know, quotations, the things that we know, is not all that's going on. And so we're just going to breathe slowly today, for me, a little bit more quietly today, into surrender and into faith. And I talked the other day about winds of change. So just letting these winds of change envelop us and shift us, propel us forward, and propel us forward into the unknown, which for many of us is not the most comfortable place to be. But very often it's the place that, whether we understand why we're moving in that direction or why we're in the place that we're in, still somehow is where we're supposed to be. So we're going to get started. I invite you to get yourself comfortable, get out your last little bit of wiggles, and just start breathing into surrender. So we're going to close our eyes and begin to see the unseen. And so let's begin by taking 3 big breaths together. So breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And breathe out. And one last time, really big. A little more. And sigh it out. And so now we're just going to begin to sit with this concept of surrender, of letting go. What lies before us is a big unknown right now, a great unknown. But we're going to be breathing into the faith, the real faith that all is working out and life goes on. So you can just keep breathing to yourself and just holding the word surrender. Turning it over, looking beneath it, seeking behind it, Also reaching for any spaces in ourselves that aren't feeling this surrender, and giving these spaces love. Letting the winds of change blow through these spaces lightly and gently. We're not here to rid ourselves of any feelings. All of our feelings serve a purpose. But we're here to remind ourselves that faith has its own energy. It's been carried through us, through the people who came before us, and it will travel through us to all who come after, and all the lives we touch. So let's breathe into this faith. We as people have come through many winds of change, through storm, followed by sunshine, followed by storm again, and then more sunshine. Our lives are not linear. What we see in the distance one day, when we arise the next, may have shifted. And what we can do in these times is focus our energy on the positive, on possibility, and on surrender. There have been many before us who have also stood in the face of these winds, who didn't know what would come next. But here we are. They made it through to create us, and we will make it through to create whatever lies ahead of us. So keep breathing. And if you like, keep repeating to yourself with each breath, faith and surrender. Let your spirit grow light. Feel your body float in this space. The knowing within the unknowing. The darkness that often precedes the light. Embrace yourself here in surrender. It may be a challenge in times like this to remember and believe that life is rigged in our favor. And if we look closely, the things we have to be grateful for within any crisis, any moment, will always outweigh anything we see as lack. Surrender. So we're going to take just a little more time here and give yourself a chance to really sink in. Feel every cell in your body embrace this word. Surrender. And as we move forward with our day, with our current new normal, in times of doubt or fear, lean into surrender. Access this space and these feelings again. So take a few more deep breaths here. And hear your inner voice telling you you can come back anytime. We are always here. We always feel comfortable in the unknowing. You are always welcome to surrender. you can begin to bring your body back into the space. Bring your body and your mind back to awareness. And when you're ready, with surrender still floating in your mind, you may gently and softly open your beautiful eyes and greet the world around you again. I heard something recently about hope. I used to say it a lot. I hope this happens. I hope that happens. And then somebody explained to me that if you're in real surrender and real faith, hope is a little unnecessary because it kind of seems like you're expecting that maybe things won't be okay. So I'd love you all to remind yourselves as much as possible in anything that you're facing at this time to access your own surrender and to remind yourself somehow, some way, everything is working out for us. The earth has its own plans, and we can join hands with her and surrender. So I wish you all a very beautiful day. And anytime you need to, go back to that beautiful space. It's always waiting. Surrender. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Be safe. Surrender.